Haha.
Get your copy of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later today. So I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
It's a mess in here. Sorry, y'all.
She keeps playing silly games, and I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
Everybody hit that like button. You already know what it is. Everybody hit the like button. Let's get the algorithm popping. Come on. Like it up. What up, what up, what up?
I'm having a hard time to believe a very educated, a very attractive woman out of 41 years have not met Mr. Right. Mm-hmm. That's enough time to find a lot of things out. I bet. And yet, no kids, single. I'm not, but I am saying, are women's expectations unrealistic? No, I'm going to say, like I said, Nick, the question shouldn't be why isn't a woman of age, of success, of a certain caliber not married with kids. The question should be, why are people rushing to the altar just to become divorcees or baby mamas and baby daddies? I think, if anything, we need to be teaching our society, take your time, young man or young woman, so that you can get to know not just this person, but yourself first, so that you can choose a life partner, not that that person isn't exempt to divorce, instead of rushing to the altar just to become a divorcee or a baby mama and have multiple kids by multiple women, just to say you have broken families everywhere.
Okay, so let's just get right to it. See, because people are not talking about this enough. And you know why people are not talking about this enough? Because we live in a drama-driven society. Toxicity runs the show. First and foremost, no disrespect to the good brother Cam, stereotypical question. Someone with that kind of power, a woman with that kind of power, a woman with that kind of beauty, you should have been married with kids by now. Kind of stereotypical, right? That's not being addressed in the question, right? Secondarily, her answer was a great answer, which is why bring a kid into, a level of toxicity that no one wants to deal with, right? Why bring a kid into a situation that isn't beneficial for the child, that would eventually lead to divorce, seeing that the numbers for divorce in black marriages are exorbitantly high? I think she had a good answer. Now, for all the brothers out there that's going to say Zoe's caping for women or Zoe is always riding for the women. I'm just saying, if we take our emotions out of it and we listen to what was said, the most egregious thing that was said came out of Cam's mouth, right? But let's get deeper into today's topic, because I have been thinking about this. Today's topic, the toxicity template, right, for the head of the relationship. A deeper look at dysfunctional law and order, i.e., adult discipline in intimate relationships. What in the hell is adult discipline? Well, a few years ago, a guy by the name of Kevin Samuels became outrageously popular during the pandemic, right? And he mentioned something called adult discipline. And see, again, people fail to realize what relationships are actually for. Relationships are dyadic, meaning it's between two people typically, right? Not only are they dyadic, relationships, remember what I said, you got to get neutral before you can get mutual. Relationships are designed to reveal the self to the person. It's not designed for what modern day, social media pundits say it's designed for. You see, what happens is by saying a man is in control by way of his gender, lets him off the hook. Now you can get religious. You can go through the religious template. The man is the head of the household. Okay, I'll go with that. The man is the head of the household. Fine. But sister, this is not medieval time. You shouldn't let your desperation allow you to settle. See, what do you mean, Zoe? Settle. I posit that many women settle for safety and security over integrity and character. You rarely see a man with the integrity and character of Jesus, a man with the integrity and character of, let's not go so high as Jesus. Let's say somebody else. Let's say Malcolm X. You rarely see a man that is, that kind of guy. Minister Farrakhan said that he was so clean when he was describing him. He was flawless in his presentation. He was a student. You hear how people, who were around Malcolm talk about Malcolm. Doesn't mean Malcolm wasn't without flaws. Doesn't mean Malcolm himself wasn't a whip, a work in progress. Doesn't mean any of that. However, you rarely see women going for those types of guys. And I've seen it up close and personal. And I'm not speaking universally about women, of course. We're going to say some banal. Our term is some banal. I'm speaking in general, not in absolutes. Some banal. Some, but not all. In my limited experience, I've seen a lot of women go for security. Right? So again, let you off the hook, brother, if all you got to do is get the resources. Right? Because whatever you modeled in your childhood, if it was toxic, that will be the template for your leadership style in the relationship. How can the reverence for our ancestors, right, and currently living family members negatively shape one's outlook on relationships? In what way are we being guided by well-meaning people that give bad advice? And I'm talking about in your family. True or false? Do as I say, not as I do. is an improbable feat, but not an impossible one? Does nurture hold more weight than nature in regards to the wounds that we carry? What are some indicators that either a lack of nurture or a preservation of nature has taken place within an individual? Are men seeking to affirm superiority under the guise of law and order? How does one determine if a man's rule is worth following? Brothers, I know you're listening. How? How can you be a work in progress, one that is constantly growing, one that is constantly changing, one that is constantly evolving if you're working on yourself? How? Right? Can you lead? How can your lead be trusted? What are some spiritual and relational consequences for not healing your wounds and aligning with your higher consciousness? What are the consequences of not working on yourself and then subsequently getting into a relationship? Brothers, call in and tell me how you lead. Do you lead based off of what you do, or do you lead based off of who you are? This is a very powerful show. How can the concept of tough love be misrepresented and misused in intimate relationship, leading to toxicity and dysfunction? How do power dynamics play a role in the establishment of law and order within intimate relationships? What are the potential consequences of power imbalances? In what ways can societal norms and expectations contribute to the perpetuation of dysfunctional patterns in intimate relationships? See, I'm listening to what's being said out in the streets of YouTube and social media. Everybody's talking about it. Black love, men and women. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's saying our relationships are the worst. Why? Why are they the worst? That isn't to say black love doesn't exist. That isn't to say there aren't a lot of really good black marriages out there, strong marriages. But statistically speaking, right? Because what tends to happen in the YouTube sphere is that black men and women are pitted against each other, right? The black man is saying, if I get to this level in life, be my peace. Now sisters are saying, you can't bring no chaos in here, right? Nobody is saying, how do we cultivate inner peace? Right? Everybody is telling me. I got brothers inboxing me, DMing. Brother, seriously, brother, the man ain't never heard, and it's true many times because we're living by stereotypes, right? Stereotypical masculinity, strong and silent type, right? Don't express your feelings. We're living, but nobody's really questioning, where does that come from? How did you even get into a relationship? Well, I can answer that. It's very simple. Do you know how you get into a relationship while still unhealed? Does anybody know, Andy, do you know how you can still attract a relationship while still unhealed? What is it? What's your answer, Andy? Andy's going to tell us. Here come Andy. He ready.
Repeat the question one more time.
Do you know how you can still attract an intimate relationship while still unhealed?
Trauma.
Oh, so trauma's like a magnet.
Absolutely. Trauma bonding.
So relationships are ubiquitous and they're endless. You're going to get in one. You got to be in one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to be in one. It's okay. You could keep running from them. You can do whatever you want to do. But you're going to be in these relationships. What I'm finding is many men, just like the women they date, still want to hold on to traditional values. And the traditional value will prevent you in a lot of ways from healing internally. And when I say traditional values, I'm not talking religious. I'm talking societal. Society says the man is the leader. But the man must lead a war against his wounds in order to become the leader and the head of his relationships. Men will continue to fail if they don't. It's really that simple. We've got so much to talk about on this particular topic. I want to invite people in to have a conversation, a deeper look at dysfunctional law and order, i.e., adult discipline in intimate relationships. Is it a man's place to discipline his woman? If he's taking care of everything, if he runs the show financially, if everything... You got some men out there who believe this to be true. It was Kevin Samuels who said, she needs adult discipline. Is that provoking domestic violence? Let's think of the consequences of, and I know there are a lot of men out there that are hurt because women hurt them. Women from early childhood, women in their adult relationships. I know there are a lot of men out there who struggle in relationships because they've been hurt by a woman early on and along the process. However, until you heal, you're not leadership worthy. Brothers, okay, let me stop. Not until you heal. That's unfair. Until you start the healing process. We already know healing is ongoing. Until you start the healing process, do you deserve to lead a relationship? Or will the relationship be under the rule of tyranny? Dysfunctional law and order. Men, don't be afraid. Get to your phone lines. Talk to your brother Zoe Williams. We got an entirely crazy show lined up for you. Holla at me when we come forward. We still got a lot to talk about.
Smoke this out the way.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Hey, y'all calling or not? I need to hear from y'all now. Brothers, y'all calling or not? Nazarene, you should have been the first one to call in. I'm not saying you espouse these beliefs, brother. I'm just saying you should call in. What up, everybody? Everybody hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Please support the channel or shoot your brother a Cash App. All right? We had an amazing show today on the Zoe Up Morning Show. Kenny, you do have a rebuttal. Oh, I know Kenny has a rebuttal. Stop playing, Kenny. Get in here now. I'll take your call right now, Kenny, if you call. Right now. Hey, Kenny, I won't do the setup. Call in, Kenny. Holla at me, Kenny. Detroit just left the studio. We had somebody in from Detroit. They was in the studio. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. That's 1-800-920-1580. Please support the channel. All right? Shoot me a little twos and fews. There's 47 people in here. If 47 people drop $5 on the super chat, it'll be a great day for me. I need it. Show your support, show your love. Support, 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 support. There's my brother. As soon as I said show your support, there he is. My guy, Ghetto Gourmet. So adult discipline came from Heru Ali. Oh, my bad, Heru. Get in here. Heru, then nobody can explain it like you. Ain't this a... Heru, then can't nobody explain it like you, brother. Get in here. I'll take your call right now. 1-800-920-1580. Get Heru. This your topic. Heru, get in here. Heru, there's no way you can't come in here. Honors.
With my abandonment. Because you are in your dysfunctional norm that you become comfortable. But it's work. It's become a superpower. But you've learned to survive in it. You're not thriving in that. That's not thriving. There is no cape. There is no superpower. There's no superpower in a lack of mental health. And there's no superpower. But it's worked for me. Like you said, I mean, you know why it worked for you? You know why it worked for you? In all due respect, seriously, to all the women that you've encountered, ladies, I'm saying this. The reason why it's worked for you is because you have chosen and to prey on low-functioning women who don't have the emotional intelligence. No, I'm going there. Who will allow you to do that, Nick? I disagree. Yes. This is why I disagree. I mean, one, because the high-value women that wait, but I didn't say high value.
Okay, wait, pause it and then start it again because I want to break this down. She could be wrong in her response. Like parts of what she's saying regarding Nick and his mental health and the way that he's functioning could be correct. But this is where she could be wrong. You don't know. You tried to victimize the women. See, this is where I get a little upset because it's imbalanced. You tried to victimize the women as if you sat down and had a conversation with each one of those women, as if you understood their intent for dealing with Nick. Every one of those women knew what it was when Nick rolled up. First off, before Nick had all these kids, he rolled up with twins that he got from Mariah. So we already know off rip, twins is on deck. So then if you have a kid with him, you know what this is. Split household. You get what I'm saying? You see? So the way she framed it was like, you dealt with low functioning women. How do you know they're low functioning? Isn't to say that they aren't. It isn't to say that they aren't. But could you be high functioning and yet Machiavellian in your functioning? Mercenary in your functioning? Maybe they understood what it was. This is a check, baby. This is a security baby. So let's not assume that these are victims that Nick is now victimizing. If we go back to my friend, Alan Berger, PhD, he said we're all victims of victims. And if Nick has mental challenges in terms of, childhood trauma, unrequited wounds, whatever, if he has that kind of issue going on, could he not be attracting his mirror reflection? We can't say in one breath, in one part of the interview with Nick, you get who you are, then turn around and say Nick is the villain. Could Nick be getting the female versions of himself that are as dysfunctional and toxic as he is? But I'm going to tell you something about America. America say if you got that bread, you the head. America says if you got that paper, you can pull a caper. Let's just be honest. If you got the money, you can act funny. That's what America tells us. Do you think Nick would have 47 children? However many children you got. Do you think he would have all of them kids if he was still from San Diego with no money? Some would say maybe he would. Listen. When we come forward, Zoe Williams, I'm opening up the phone lines, 1-800-920-1580. See, I'm sick when the niggas get quiet. Why y'all quiet, brothers? Brothers get hush mouth in this motherfucker like a motherfucker. Okay, y'all hush mouth. Hey, where Heru Ali? I'm finna give Heru all. Hey, that new LL album is crazy. It is crazy. Quiet as a church mouse in this motherfucker. Come on. Y'all know y'all on some bullshit tonight. Hey, Andy, you know what's crazy? Andy. Oh, Andy can't hear me. The door is closed. Y'all motherfuckers is bullshitting tonight. Y'all be having shit to say other nights. Y'all be having shit to say. Where y'all at? Y'all ain't got nothing to say tonight. Heru Ali. I gotta give Heru Ali his credit. Jack, you said be quiet. Y'all gonna be quiet? All right. Calling in once you leave the gym. All right. Y'all got to set it off. Where's Reverend L. Ratchet when you need him? 1-800-920-1580. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. What up, what up, what up? Vasectomies is